The sober path means you aren't relying on any sort of substance to make yourself feel any sort of desired way. You're not reliant on a substance. So that could be alcohol, it could be ganja, it could be ecstasy, it could be caffeine, it could be a lot of things. It's an acknowledgement that no matter what you're feeling, you have the commitment of not reaching out to something outside of yourself to fulfill you. So if anger comes up, if sadness comes up, if just feeling uncomfortable comes up, it's the commitment to not reach for that glass of alcohol or that toke of ganja or that pill of ecstasy or who knows what it would be. But the commitment to yourself in that is no matter what you're experiencing, you won't reach out to something. And that path is probably the hardest. And I speak from experience. It's a lot easier now. Like, I don't have any cravings for any of that stuff, really. When you're ready to let go of something, it will be made known to you. It'll start making you feel weird, or it will stop resonating with you, or there might be hitting bottom, with something that you're like, okay, I have to shift. Like, there can be a lot of things that kind of bring you to the point where you make a commitment to yourself not to do X. But yeah, it is a very challenging path starting out. I think I've been sober, besides caffeine, so no ganja, no alcohol, no drugs for, I guess, for 3 years now. And then the 2 years before that was very, very limited quantities of each. And so, yeah, the last time that I drank alcohol was with this women's group, and we had just a very small glass of red wine. And after drinking that, I was hungover the next day. And so yeah, I got really, really sensitive to alcohol. Like, there came a time where I couldn't even drink kombucha on tap because, I could, but I chose not to because I would get an extreme buzz and actually, yeah, didn't feel so great after that. So even like the minute qualities of alcohol I was sensitive to. Even alcohol in tinctures I can no longer take because it makes my system feel really weird. It's poison, It's taking something into your system that doesn't belong there. And it's toxifying. Drugs and alcohol are toxifying, especially in the quantities that we as a society take them in. So yeah, the path of sobriety, the path of being sober, is the path where things will come up, emotions will come up, things from the past will come up. Maybe even just not feeling confident in yourself. And so you reach for that glass of alcohol to give you comfort or social lubricant, whatever you want to call it. And it's a commitment to getting to where you want, whether it's confidence or social comfort or feeling okay within yourself or feeling, like releasing and clearing all those dense emotions. So instead of, because what the substances do and the alcohol does is it shoves them down, it represses them, it represses the emotions, the energies that actually are the things that want to be resolved. So you keep drinking and you keep smoking, and what happens is you never resolve the things that actually want to be resolved. So in my past, it was things like depression and anxiety, and of course, all those things had triggers to them, but I wasn't even willing to face them or look at them. So for a while in my past, I was going towards to antidepressants. That was like my main thing out of college, or actually it started in college with a breakup. And then out of college, I was pretty much on them for, I don't know, three or 4 years. And that was how I numbed myself. So there's like this illusion with antidepressants that it can bring you joy or it can, help depression. And for some people, yeah, they kind of need that drug as like a a gateway to feel better. And I did too. Like there was definitely, that was a bridge for me. And then I got to the point where I just wanted to stop numbing myself with everything. So, and that was kind of when I was starting my conscious spiritual path. And I say conscious because I feel like we're all on a spiritual path. Some of us just don't know it. And yeah, so I stopped antidepressants, and then what really kind of triggered the no alcohol, no ganja was I took a year course that required no alcohol, no ganja. By the time I completed the course, I was pretty over it, although I did have, I guess you could call them relapses, but I guess you could call them relapses, yeah, just wanting to have those substances again, just wanting to try them out. And there was always this desire to do some sort of psychedelic, but I'm so glad that I don't really have that desire anymore. It feels like the levels of access and consciousness that I'm able to reach are enough without having to use those. And I feel that's another thing. It's like these substances have been tools, they have been tools to open consciousness, but to keep relying on them is the downside. Like I remember in college, I was drinking caffeine all the freaking time, every single day, and that continued when I worked in the corporate world after college. But I wrote down one day, I was like, the purpose of drugs is to get you to the doorway, to get you access, and then you're to remember that state of being and bring it back into your sober life. The purpose of them is not to keep relying on them over and over and over. That's a crutch. That's codependency. That's being dependent on something outside of you to elicit a state of being. And so, yeah, for me, it was not only substances, but, relationships in my past that I relied on as that crutch. So I feel like the sober path is also acknowledging anything that is standing in the way of you facing you and all of you and all of what might feel dense or heavy or emotional or bad memories or any negativity, like facing that and really coming to terms with it. What is it? Why am I experiencing this? And along the path, it's been for me, oh, okay, this is just energy that is existing in me. I'm not identifying with it. This emotion is not me. This memory is not me. This negativity is not me. It is an energy that has been existing in me or around me that is now ready to be cleared. And so with that perspective, it's been a lot easier just to clear things and to come back into center. Because at the core of us is the perfection self. Like we are perfect in our core. And we are light and we are one. And so anything that comes up to tell us otherwise, if we just shove it down, we're never going to clear it and we're never going to come into who we are again. So that is my little spiel on the sober path.